4th down and 3. Ferris, two-step, now going to roll right. Now comes back left, trying to get out of the hands of Jackson Grott, still on his feet. Going to throw it to the end zone, wide open, touchdown, Montana. And lost in translation was Paul Hart. And Montana goes 35 yards from J.D. Ferris to Paul Hart. And they're back on the scoreboard here in the second quarter. Now flags fly in the end zone. Flags right at the 3-yard line. And we may have a pick here, Pete. It looked like the interior receiver got a piece of the defender for North Dakota.
Unless they called something afterwards there, because those two flags seem to come pretty late, pretty late in the play.
People's on the field for Montana.
You know, once again, I think that Ferris, that's just a good job of him making a play, making something happen there when he didn't have a lot there. We'll get the call from Mr. Gunlock here.
Personal foul, offense, number 84. After the score, it's a touchdown. North Dakota is elected to take it on the kickoff. One on-time down.
So Logan Jones picking up the second 15-yard personal foul penalty. And there, officially, the cannon goes off. So the touchdown from Ferris to Hart is good. 35 yards, 153 through the air here for Montana. And now we'll see if they can add the extra point and tack on one more to make it an even 10-point ball game. Snap is high, hold is good, kick is up, kick is good. So Peoples adds the extra point, and Montana takes a 10-10 lead here in the second quarter of the Badlands Bowl. Back we come to Miles City, Montana. It's the quarterback, J.D. Ferris to Paul Hart, 35 yards, and the extra point makes it an even 10-point ball game. 20-10, Montana with 2 minutes and 51 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Jordan Hasser joined by Dickinson State University head coach Pete Stanton, joining you on the web at BeckSports.com, on the air at Beck Sports Network and Beck Sports 2. And all across Montana on both the CW and Mid-Rivers Communications television as well. So we thank all of our affiliates for carrying tonight's contest. So they turn a 4th and 3 into a touchdown, 35 yards, and Montana's going to feel pretty good. Now if you're North Dakota, Pete, you got 2:51 to work with. You got a nice opportunity here after the personal foul penalty. They're going to kick off. Peoples will put a foot to it at the 25. You got to get something at least back into Montana territory here.
Yep, and they're going to go fast now, but they did use out their last time out in that last drive, but that the field position should help them here.
So Peoples kick a squib kick and taken right here at the 35, cross the 40, ball in the hands of Alex Berg, and he's going to get up to his 42-yard line, maybe 43 before he's brought down. So now you're going to see what should be a really sped-up offense here as Aiden Harness has taken every snap but one. The play that he got licked in the backfield and had to come out because the whistle was blown for a stoppage for an injury, so he had to come out of the ballgame at least one play. Chris Kraft has taken just one snap at quarterback here, and now North Dakota will have 2 minutes and 44 seconds to try to push the ball 57 yards to try to put points on the board here before the end of the first half.
Yeah, it's a key series for North Dakota, like you talked about, to get back. And although, you know, a 10-point game right now, they got pretty good field position. And with 2:44, even though they don't have the timeouts, they've got some time to throw some things underneath and to get out of bounds. So they got plenty of time. They don't need to go for the home run ball here right away. They just need to be patient.
3 receivers. Hartness is going to roll left, sets his feet, looking for receivers. Got twist in and out of the hands. Check that. Out of the hands of Carter Blackwell. Blackwell had it, and he couldn't hang on.
Yeah, you got to catch that for a first down. I mean, it's a good throw by Hartness there, and right to Blackwell. You just got to make that play, and that's a good throw. Everything was good about it, but the finish there, and now we look at second long.
And Carter Blackwell may have heard footsteps as Button Licton was one of the Montana defenders. He drops that football. Now second down and 10. Same play, same formation. Hartness going to look for the home run wall. Blackwell, this time he can't hang on. In and out of his hand once more. Gonna bring up 3rd down and 10, and he had 2 steps on the defender.
Yeah, it's another good throw. He just, Blackwell's got to make that play. That's 2 plays in a row. He's throwing right into his hands, and, you just got to make the play. He gave it right back to him again, beat the defender again, did a good job on the route, and everything was good about it again but the catch. They got to finish that play.
So now 3rd down and 10 for North Dakota, 43-yard line. And North Dakota's not careful here. They're going to give the ball back to Montana with lots of time left and a timeout in their pocket. Hartnett still rolling right. Going to try to get rid of it. Throws a jump ball up here, and it's intercepted. The flag comes in. The ball's in the hands of Montana's Braden Kunkel. He's still on his feet. He's brought down.
He's going to get called for a pass interference. He pushed off Brooks to get to the ball. He pushed him, and the official saw it right away. It was a pass interference there.
Yeah, we have an injured player on the field here, Pete, for Montana. It's Tucker Roth, slow to get up. Now he'll come back across the field. So the pass interference, the flag lays right at the 46-yard line, and you could see that the 2-hand shove from Braden Kunkel of Belgrade got right in the back of Ty Brooks. So North Dakota, I'm assuming, going to accept this penalty. Should give him a 1st down and 10.
Yeah, that was a big play.
Defense. 15-yard from the previous spot, 1st down.
When we've talked about Ferris on the Montana side doing a nice job of keeping the plays alive, and Hartnett did that. He did a nice job here just keeping that play alive, and it was a tough throw, but once again, probably could have went either way. And then once Kunkel's in there, once he put those hands on him there, he was okay just batting the ball down. But once you show both those hands out there, you're going to get that call every time.
Yeah, and I think in that play, it's hard for the defender because Brooks is coming back towards him, and it's not, I think, the hands. It's just a push, right?
Yeah.
I mean, once you create separation, offensively or defensively, they see those elbows extend. You're going to get called every single time, and that's what happens. So North Dakota 1st down and 10 here. Hartnett's going to roll right now. Look for a receiver. This one up into the hands and caught. And Tristan Hartnett fell hard on that football.
He came down on the back of his head there. That's a great catch there. He was in pretty good shape. Trayvon Strong had great coverage on it. He just went over the top of him and got it. That's just a heck of a catch there. He threw it into traffic, and Strong was right there, and that's just a good job of coming. As you can see, though, in the replay there, it looks like he comes down on his neck a little bit as he finishes that play.
So a 29-yard pitch and catch, and Hartnett is laying on the field trying to catch his breath. So we'll take a step aside here with 2:10 to go in the first half. Montana leads North Dakota 20-10 as they tend to Tristan Hartnett.
Good time, too, to talk about Miles City and all the great things that they do here. What a setting here tonight, and the committee and all the work that they do. It's just been a great weekend for everybody here, and been a very entertaining game here with a lot of game to play.
And they have obviously an athletic trainer and a doctor here on site for the game. So Tristan Hartnett will get 10-2. Aiden going to drop back, 3-step drop, and he hits his receiver in the back halfway through the route. And Carter Blackwell, all he had to do was turn his right shoulder, and he was into the end zone for 6.
Yeah, Blackwell's going to have to get this figured out. He was a great throw, and he threw it right at him, like you said, hit him right in the numbers in the back. And obviously, he's running a different route than what Hartnett is throwing there. So fortunate for Montana there. He turns in the inside, and like you said, it's a touchdown.
So 2nd down and 10 at the 13. Trying to set up throwback play into the hands of Olsen, in and out of the hands of Anthony Olsen.
Really good pressure by Montana there. Sexy did a good job off the edge. Kessler Leonard from Great Falls High did a good job, and Hartnett had to get rid of the ball a little sooner than he'd like to there.
So 3rd down and 10 for North Dakota, ball at their own 13. Again, they do have a field goal in the ball game. The kicker from Fargo South, Josh Weiler, put his boot to a 35-yard field goal early in quarter number 2. Hartnett now going to try to roll from pressure. He's got a receiver. Picked off in the end zone. Stepping in front of that pass for Montana was Kessler Leonard, and that will be an interception in the end zone, so it'll be a touchback for Montana, and it will give Montana the football with 1:50 to go and a couple timeouts in their pocket. and a great play for Leonard. This ball just underthrown a hair, Pete.
Yeah, and you have to credit the North Dakota the Montana coverage. They did a good job. North Dakota was looking for the fade ball first over to Blackwell, and they're going to try to get him isolated there, and they did a good job in the coverage there. And then when he tried to come back, it was just a little bit too far. And then once again, credit Kessel Leonard on the play. That's a big play for Montana right here.
So the fourth turnover of the ball game for North Dakota gives the football to Montana at their own 20-yard line. $1:50 to go here in the first half, and J.D. Ferris will come out and play quarterback for the final series here, what should be the final series of the first half. Again, don't forget, coming up on the Shares Meats of Lytton halftime report, we check in with Jeff Shaw, the Redneck Grill, as he tends to all the players and fans during the banquet, taking care of the meal side for the Montana All-Star Committee. As that ball in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, unable to hold on, was Gavin Gunderson, and he didn't have a single body around him.
No, and they were very fortunate where that ball came off, that it wasn't a North Dakota interception. And I think that's one thing Montana's kind of got to look at here, is making sure they're taking care of the ball here with the 10-point lead and in their own territory here.
Ferris, swing pass into the hands of Logan Jones. Jones runs into a host of North Dakota tacklers. Leading the charge was Alex Berg, a kid out of Fargo Shanley. And that ball right at the 20-yard line. Now a flag on the play.
Might have called a hold out on the hitch. They threw that out there, and there were several of the North Dakota guys that were out on the play, and it looked like they might have called a holding on one of the receivers out there. Here's a situation too. If you're Montana, you're a minute 38 left, and you got the 10-point lead, and they're in a position, hey, do we want to go for this here in our own territory, or run a draw type of thing with North Dakota having no timeouts and not much time left here. So it'll be interesting to see how Coach Bennett plays this.
And it looks like Tristan Harness is coming over here to the near side to make his way through the end zone as this ball is into the hands of Dom, and he hangs on. Catch that ball at the 32-yard line, so a pickup of 11 and another first down.
That's a great catch by Dom. I mean, Bears did a nice job of just putting it right there, and actually the coverage was pretty good. Berg was underneath, and Reiner was over the top on that. He just made a nice play.
So the clock continues to tick down, 1:17 and counting here in the second quarter. Ferris, 5-step drop, sets, lets this ball go, and he's got a receiver. Dom hangs on. Just about dropped that football. It's a completion for 15 yards from Ferris to Dom. And it's 179 through the air here in quarter number 2.
And that was a good comeback route by Dom. They played off of him thinking they were going to go the long ball there, and he drove him off and did a good job of coming back. Now they're taking out the running back here and going 5 wideouts here. And, this is a position where Ferris has done very well making plays.
Ferris, 2-step drop, little hitch route into the hands of Devin Cochran. Cochran's going to have enough for another first down, a pickup of 12 on the ball, and the chains will move once more for Montana.
Yeah, Montana's getting in a good rhythm in this drive, and it looks like they're going to stay in the no back and with the 5 wides and go with this here for a couple plays.
Ferris going to keep it himself, tucks the ball down. Now he fakes the throw. Ferris out in free space. Ferris going to look for the end zone, and Ferris going to be into the end zone for a touchdown. So J.D. Ferris from 42 yards out. The cannon sounds, and Montana is back on the scoreboard with just 46 seconds to go in the first half.
That was just a great play. He pump faked it, just like we talked about. Krebs came off the edge, but it wasn't able to get to him, and he pump faked it and just made a great play and cutting this thing against the grain. And North Dakota didn't do a very good job in tackling and being in a very good position there. And Ferris right now has been very impressive. He's been impressive in everything that he's done.
So Peoples will put a foot to this one. Snap's good, holds good. Kick is up, kick is good. And the extra point tacked on. It gets Montana a 17-point, 27-10 lead with 46 seconds to go here in the first half.